Yo, this is Relly back with another video. Yes, and today we will be talking about possible landing spots for Rudy Gobert. And you say, why are we talking about possible landing spots for Rudy Gobert? Because Rudy Gobert unfortunately put Donovan Mitchell in a situation where he would later catch COVID-19, and this would kind of tear the chemistry. And now the Utah Jazz is maybe possibly plotting to trade Rudy Gobert to try to fix the chemistry for Donovan Mitchell and the rest of the Utah Jazz. Now, with that being said, I think one of the first teams we must look at, one of the first teams that really works for Rudy Gobert, and probably one of the most realistic destinations for Rudy Gobert, is the Brooklyn Nets. You say, why the Brooklyn Nets? Because the Brooklyn Nets has made it very, very clear that they want a third option player. They want a third star, and they're ready to win it all next season. And I think Rudy Gobert is the perfect third star for the Brooklyn Nets because he's not ball dominant. He's not somebody who's going to take possessions away from Kyrie and Kevin Durant, but he's what they're not. He's a very great defensive player who is going to protect the rim at all costs, as well as having very, very great footwork on the defensive end. And he can fit really well in any type of pick and roll situations if they were to play it. Yes, they would have to give up Jarrett Allen and some other pieces, but I think for the Brooklyn Nets, that is a very great cost for them because, like I said, they have one of the best rim protectors in the game, in the NBA, and it just elevates their defense to a whole nother level while having two very unguardable scorers. Now, another team that can honestly be the underdog in these trade discussions, as well as being a realistic trade destination for Rudy Gobert, is the New York Knicks. You say, why would the New York Knicks even be in this video? Why would you even discuss them as a possibility? Because they can give some realistic resources back for Rudy Gobert. And honestly, the New York Knicks is ready to get to the playoffs. They're ready to get some type of star to try to attract other talent to come to New York because they're tired of losing. And I feel like if the New York Knicks were to give up Frank Ntilikina, Mitchell Robinson, and maybe Dennis Smith Jr., they can make this work. And yes, they probably have to give up something else to match the contract of Rudy Gobert, but they definitely have the assets to make Utah really think about it. Yes, they're not giving them back an already destined star, but I think what Utah is right now farming is a team of role players, upgraded role players that understand their roles, that's ready to get nitty and gritty, and I think they could train Mitchell Robinson up to be what Rudy Gobert is, as well as have Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank Ntilikina play a point guard role where they can score and slash and get easy buckets, but learn how to be physical, learn how to get greedy, and learn how to be hungry to win. Another trade destination where Rudy Gobert can go to is the Toronto Raptors. And you say, what type of deal would get that done? I believe a deal of Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert for Kyle Lowry and Marc Gasol would get that deal done. You say, why? Because honestly, I feel like Toronto would actually really want Rudy Gobert for another defensive mindset, another great player that's great on his footwork, as well as they get Mike Conley, who can take the backseat and really just let Van Fleet and Siakam really take a lot of that scoring load, because Mike Conley, let's be real, he has taken a big dip, but he can still be there defensively, which is great. And then if you say, what would Kyle Lowry do on Utah? Kyle Lowry would give them that veteran leadership that they've missed since they've lost Ricky Rubio, as well as give them Marc Gasol, who could actually space the floor and give them offense where Rudy Gobert could not just space the floor and you would have to actually be scared. So I feel like that trade would be a real trade for both sides because they gain something. They lose something, but they also gain something that would help benefit them in the playoffs. And I think that's why that trade would actually be very, very impactful because, like I said, that trade would be very, very beneficial for them in next season's playoff. And with that being said, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. And do not forget to hit the notification bell for more amazing content because we are on the grind, the official grinding with y'all. I know I can get there. So, with that being said, Ghost.
What if we turn into hoopers? For the clip like bonds we shooting. Just like some soldiers we trooping. Step back 3, we hooping. We in your house just like Fortnite.